Alright guys, Fox here, FXRC, and I want to do a quick video on my crazy Kraton, my fully upgraded, totally just decked out V4 armor Kraton. Yeah, I wanted to wait to do this video so I could get the chance to actually get some running footage of the way it sits right now with all the beautiful parts that are on it as it sits. But honestly guys, I'm so busy and the weather just has not been in my favor. It's just been really rainy. I guess, I mean, it's kind of that time of the year and kind of where I live, so it's been really rainy, and I'm not gonna go bash in the rain. Not that I couldn't. I guess it's totally waterproof, but your transmitters are not typically waterproof. So, and I'm not waterproof. So, anyway, I have other videos in mind, but that I have to do, and I've got a ton of projects that I've been working on. But I had said that my next video would be an update on this truck, and because I'm a man of my word, I wanted to do at least a quick video showing where I guess I'm at with it now. Now obviously you can see that there's a few things changed, especially on the outside. I mean, start out with these big old Proline Badland tires. These are the MX 3.8s. You know, I do love Proline tires, and I love the Badlands. These are they're such an aggressive tire. I love the way Proline's doing these new rims where you have just adjustable offset. You can change the hex size. I love all of that. Now that being said, these tires are too big. They're too wide for this truck. I'm sure there's going to be another application that these things would be great for. They're just a little too wide for this truck. I don't like the way it makes it handle. I just don't. I wish they were just slightly. I mean, they're as wide as the 4.3s on the X-Max and the 8S Kraton. So obviously the circumference is a lot. Well, not a lot less, but less. But they're literally just as wide, and I don't like the way it makes the truck handle. I'm gonna run them a little bit more, kind of give them more of a chance, I guess, but I like the stock tires better, honestly. I like even Badlands on this are better. These are they're just too wide. So anyway, they look very aggressive and just absolutely awesome, but they just don't handle well. Moving on, I do have the unbreakable body. My old body was still good because I did reinforce it, but I didn't put much reinforcement into the front, I guess. And with that RPM bumper, just pushed into it too many times, and it just started cracking up the front. I taped it, and I could still run it. It's not, that bad, because I do got some, trying to little fix job on it, and it'll hold up for a little bit longer. But I did go ahead and get the unbreakable body, and it really wasn't even that bad. I think I got this for like $50 or $60. I think it was like 50. That's really not that bad for an unbreakable body. So, and really not that far off from any other body. You can't paint it, but I like black. So anyway, front bumper, I have this beautiful T-Bone Racing front bumper. And I gotta tell you guys, I love this bumper. I love these bumpers, not even just this bumper, because what made me want to get this was because I have it on my Outcast. And you know, at first I thought it was going to be too much. It was going to be kind of heavy. It looked kind of, but I absolutely love it. I don't even notice it as far as like weight wise or anything like that anymore, and I just love it. It's so sturdy, and it just really saves the front of this truck. And look at how, I mean, and it looks just amazing. So I love the bumper. And the mounting system's in a lot of ways an awful lot like the EXB bumper, except for instead of utilizing the two 3M bolts on the back, it uses the last two, I think the 4M, that actually go into the diff case, and then these two right here go into a little. I'll show you when I take the body off. So let's get the body off. Still got the Proline body mounts on here. Absolutely love these. You lose the added convenience of having, you know, the clips that stay attached to the body. Very, very nice. And you know, you don't, less worry. Because you also have to worry about maybe even these things kind of vibrating off. That's happened one time where the truck came back to me and it was, you know, one was missing, but they're super cheap. You know, they're really cheap. And I've been getting these aluminum ones on eBay that I like even more, because they're aluminum and they're cool. But and I think they're even cheaper than the Proline ones. So I like these a lot because they secure the body so much better. They just put pressure completely around the hole rather than just one line across. It's better. You can get it really tight down on it, and I think it works a lot better. So anyway, what other changes? So I did end up changing out the ESC and motor to the Castle Mamba 8S ESC, and I did have the 1717 1650 fully censored motor, so this whole thing was censored, and it was working awesome. I loved it. Now the motor and ESC are both 8S capable, but I was only running on 6S. So I don't think so. Anyway, what happened is I was driving, and then I started feeling a little funny, so I pulled the body off to check, and the lead wire, one of the middle wire of my motor actually came unsoldered. The factory solder just came undone. So I was like, no big deal. I'll redo it, resolder it, and we'll be good to go. But when I got it inside, and it had an odd smell to it, so I took it apart, and sure enough, on the inside were a bunch of tiny little solder balls. I'm assuming the motor must have gotten too hot. I had it all on censored mode with a cutoff, so that if it did get too hot, I would think that it would have shut off, but I don't know. So anyway, got the motor right here, sending it back. Hopefully Castle will fix it and send me it back, because I did like the system. You know, so anyway, now I just have the Castle ESC, because more, I think, than having the motor, I love this ESC. It's a stronger BEC, and it's just a better build. I mean, it's all aluminum. It's a better build. I mean, having the sensor capability, I guess, not so important so much in a basher. You know, or I guess I thought, because the fans aren't that great for bash. I broke quite 3 or 4 before I stopped getting the Castle fans, and I just got this Power Hobby one, and this one's held up pretty good. So and then I just threw on back my Hobby Wing 1650 kV motor, and it's working okay, but for some reason I think the Hobby Wing motor worked better with the Max 6 than it does with this Castle, and obviously the Castle motor worked better with the Castle. system. I mean, it works good, but it definitely it's got a little bit of a skip in the beginning there, where it's trying to find those magnets without that sensor. Even with the smart sense turned on, which is like the mode for the castle, is the smart sense where you don't have the wire, I guess. But anyway, hopefully I want to keep this ESC in here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like honestly, and it's kind of silly, but I like the black motor. It looks a lot nicer than having a green motor. So I don't know, but I like the ESC. And I mean, as far as the motor itself, it was great. It worked out really, really well. So I don't know. If I get it back, I'll probably put it back in. It just won't look quite as nice, I guess. But anyway, I got the Savox SW2290 servo. Beautiful, beautiful servo. Very strong. Not as strong as they claim. They claim in a ridiculous number on these 2290 servos. Yeah, it's like, I think this one's almost 1,000 at 8.4 volts. I think they're saying it's like almost 1,000, and that's ridiculous. It's nowhere near that. Why they would claim that much is just insane to me. But I mean, sometimes these servo companies exaggerate, but that's like that's just like almost probably doubling what, you know. I mean, maybe it's all, you know, maybe 600 ounce inches of torque at 8.4, maybe, but not almost 1,000, 972 or something. It's crazy. Well, I got another one here. Because I mean, they're good servos. They're still really good servos. I mean, they're 145, so I mean, they're not cheap, but they're still good servos. But I mean, 972 ounce inches of torque at 8.4 volts. There's no way. There's no way. That's bold claims, right? And I don't know why they do that, but it's still a good servo. Anyway, what else? As far as, let's see, big changes. I have these beautiful EXB A-arms and H-arms. Look at those on here. So I mean, when I first saw them on the EXB, I was like, yep, I'm definitely gonna end up getting a pair of those, a set of those for my V4. You know, and honestly now I think in a lot of ways I kind of just, I mean, I took the best part of the EXB and I just put them on the V4. You know, I mean, besides I guess maybe the beveled gears and stuff like that in the diffs. I don't have those in this, but I do have the arms. So and these things are great. They hold up very, very well. Now I did have the RPM arms on here before, which were also amazing. They hold up really, really well, and they very unlikely to break. But the problem I was having though with this truck is so heavy that it actually started making the arms sag, and it kind of gave, they were bowing right where the shock mounts in the middle. So you know, and I think too, because the arms were so flexible, it kind of gives you a little bit more of a disconnect, I think, from the actual feel of the road. You know, having those stiffer arms kind of helps that a little bit, I think. But if you do change out the arms, you're gonna definitely need to get the pins, the rear pin mounts to because the old ones won't work with these arms. As well as to get these arms onto the M2C chassis on the underside. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand here. Get this up here. On the underside, you have to Dremel out a tiny bit on the, see how it's almost hitting there? Well, it actually did, and I Dremeled out around so it could actually go down in there, or it's gonna hit that ear before it actually hits the droop screw. So, what else? RPM rear wing mount. Absolutely amazing wing mounts. Probably the best that you can get are these, T-Bone Racing. Did I say RPM? Stupid. T-Bone Racing wing mounts. Absolutely amazing. So not unbreakable, but neither are the RPMs. And I've broken quite a few of the RPMs. But I've had a set of these on my Truckified Typhon for a long time, and they've never broken. And I've had that thing for like years, and they've never broken. So I got some for this, and they are amazing. But I did end up finally breaking them. And what happened was just there's two little mounting holes. Now, if you do get this wing mount and you happen to have aftermarket shock towers, somewhere up here I have the ones with the holes. There we go. And you have some aftermarket shock towers. Mine, of course, are M2C. There is going to be some work you're going to need to do to get these two plates that the wing mounts. This wing mounts into this plate right here, and it screws in on the side over here into this. But to get these plates flush up against that shock tower, you got to Dremel out a little bit of the inside, like right. It's hard to kind of right on the ins. This goes down. You got to take some out down here, so that it goes up flush against the actual shock tower, so you can actually screw the holes in the right place. But once you do that, this is an absolutely just best wing mount. And it's still flexible, still got some flex, but just a lot stronger than the RPMs. So the RPMs will just they start bending, and then they just snap right up where it mounts to the wing. Anyway, but these do break, and I finally did pull them out through the holes here. Just so you just hit the wing so much and it just pulled it up right out. So they're not necessarily the cheapest, but the amazing thing about T-Bone Racing is I contacted them, I did a warranty, and sure enough, they sent me out a brand new wing mount. Now, it's not the whole wing mount because it does not have those two pieces that I was talking about that you got to Dremel out. It doesn't come with that, but I didn't break those. They sent me the part that I broke. That's awesome. That's absolutely amazing that a company does that. They got here pretty quick too. It was pretty quick. Now, I had already bought another one anyway because I have plans of putting one on my Outcast. When I finally break my last set of RPM ones, I'm going to go to these, and I'll be happier for it because they're amazing. Worth every penny. T-Bone Racing has really just been, I really love their products, honestly. They just, and then the warranty on top of it, I mean, come on. You really can't, But anyway, I think that's about it of what is different on here. Hot Racing battery tray. This thing, I wasn't sure about it. I love the Arma battery trays for these 6S Armas. They're amazing, and if you do a mod with those captured nuts, they're like weird, these little nuts right there. You can do a mod, and and you sink them down, and it'll really hold that battery tray, and that battery tray will probably last you forever. I didn't do that and eventually it did pop it off, so I got the Hot Racing ones. I like to upgrade. It's kind of it's what I do. So I wasn't necessarily sure, but I love it. I love this battery tray. The adjustability is you got to take it off, but this thing will accommodate pretty much any battery, or any two battery, I guess, that you have. You just got to take it off to actually move these plates in or out to wherever the size of the battery. But I mean, if you know the size of your batteries, you put it where your batteries are, and you're good to go. And it's kind of a chassis brace too. It does have like it's all aluminum, and then it has like an aluminum brace underneath. So I guess it's kind of at work as a chassis brace. Not that this M2C system chassis needs it, but I think its only flaw, or really kind of, is that it pushes this receiver box closer to your center brace here, your chassis, which I don't know why it does that, because it's not, I guess to give you more room over here for some reason, I guess, but it just kind of pushes it, and it makes it just slightly inconvenient because these wires come out right in that corner, and now it's like right up against that brace, and it just kind of makes it, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. It's more annoying than anything. But that's about it. I think, and that is about it for changes. Just look at that. So, so I did just kind of stuff a couple of these little plastic. It's actually the inside of like one of those, I think like the Wild Boar drive shafts or something, or maybe my Traxxas drive shaft, or my stock Traxxas. And I just, just cut them in half and just shoved them in there so that it gives a little extra to stop it from getting pushed up. So, but who knows, maybe it won't probably fall out. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. And like I said, I'm gonna run these tires maybe for a little bit more. I bet like on top of snow and stuff, these things would probably be really good because they're so wide. But as far as like just, in jumping, they're good too. But it's landing, they're like balloons when you land. It's just like landing on pillows or something. But as far as driving and like actual maneuverability, I just don't. I mean, they got tons of grip and stuff. I just don't like the way they handle. I think the Kraton tires really, they work a lot better, and even the back flip tires work a lot better. Really, they're just too wide. They I don't know. But anyway, I think that is about it. To get this T-Bone Racing bumper on, if you have these M2C shock mount hinge pin system, you have to drill out. There's like two little dimples for where the pins would go in the stock system. You just got to drill those little dimples out to actually accommodate the captured the nut that's on, the nut that's right there. It's on the other side too, and you just got to drill that out so that the nut fits in. Once you do that, boom, nice, ready to go. Look at that thing. That is sick. On the Outcast, it actually mounts up here and doesn't have this, which has also been really good. So I don't know what the change was for, but look at those solid aluminum diff cases, bulkheads. I don't know what you call them, but solid aluminum, and the aluminum, I don't know, for the sway bar, whatever you call it there, to hold it on. Look at that. This truck is absolutely gorgeous. There's really not a lot left I think I can do to this. I've pretty much reached the apex. I could try some different tires and stuff, but I just there. I can get the N2C rear shock tower brace, but I think because of the way this wing mounts, the T-Bone Racing, it kind of comes in. I don't know if it's gonna actually work with these wing mount. Because I kind of want to get them. I've never had a problem with these M2C system, but I don't know, maybe I will. I know they do have an aluminum ESC mount also, and actually I just recently saw a carbon fiber one and a carbon fiber tower to tower brace. But I like the red aluminum. It's not really that heavy. I don't know if it'd be worth it to get the carbon fiber. It's already aluminum. And honestly, the battery tray is the M2C is meant for a Max 6, and I really want to use this Castle. So I'd end up just to end up sticking in, double side taping it down anyway. So, and honestly, I've never had a problem with this battery tray. Never. It's always held up great. So I can't really complain. But anyway, there it is. My V4 Arma Kraton. Now, I am going to do another video here, I guess in a way kind of comparing. I don't want to compare, but just a whole, is the EXB worth it? Or maybe even, well, who is the Kraton EXB meant for, really? Because it's not a ready to run. And I don't know, and I guess I've been hearing, because there's so much like about the whole, the diffs being, limited slip and people are having trouble, and and then you try to get stuff and it's back ordered, and and really, I don't know, just kind of, I guess, dogging on it in a way. But I love it. I think it's a great truck. But I also, I love what it stands for, and I love what kind of the direction that Arma is going with it, because it's not a ready to run. And I kind of feel like it's meant for the next person, not I want to just go buy a ready to run and run it. But the person that maybe is a little bit more into it and knows more. So I don't know. But I'll get into it on a whole head-to-head on if it's worth, if you already have a V4, is it worth getting the EXB? Because, I got two Kratons. I got the EXB arms on here. There's really not a lot of differences between the two now, because I have those arms on here. Honestly, this one, I would still probably take this one over that. I got still more into this, and I love it. Not maybe with these tires, but still, this is still, pretty badass. So, anyway, I will leave it at that and say thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing if you haven't already, sharing the video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.